Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crafty Saturday. Today is Saturday, May 2nd, in case you're wondering what day it is, and even the date. But I'm here to tell you it's May, and I was just out in the garden taking the dogs out, and it is an absolutely glorious day outside here in North Carolina. The sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and my roses are just full of blooms, absolutely bursting. So first of all, I need to apologize for not being with you on Thursday and Friday morning for coffee and cards. I had a terrible allergy attack, and then that was Thursday morning. I had no voice. I could barely croak, so I didn't think that was a good idea. And then Friday morning, I had a special delivery of a chest freezer. So my friend Britton has moved to Ohio, and she had a chest freezer, and I've been trying for weeks to find someone who could deliver it, and lo and behold, her dad had a truck and he brought it by. So that happened yesterday morning, and I am just absolutely happy to be here with you this morning. So I promise today's live crafting is going to make up for those days that I missed. All right? So hold on, because I have got a very, very special, hey Britton, I was just talking about you. I have a very, very special project for you to do today. Do you remember a few weeks ago I made a little journal? Anyways, so today we're making one because, hey, today's National Scrapbooking Day. And I don't scrapbook, but I do love to make these little books. So I made this one. This was my what's the word I'm looking for? Sample. That's the word I'm looking for. Boy, I need more coffee, obviously. All right, so this was my sample, and this is a waterfall here. Okay, so you could journal, right? You have little journal cards, or you could put pictures, and here's a little pocket. So again, this was the sample I made this morning. Oops, I missed one. Oh, surprise. So let's make one. Britton's like, wait, what? Were you talking about me? Yes, I was. All right, so I really like this cover, though. Doesn't that look nice? I love that. While you're waiting, I have to go let my dog out. I'll be right back. I promise. 30 seconds. Say hello to everybody, okay? Okay, I'm back. I just took him out, but he realized it was warm in the sun. And so he wants to go lay on the patio. All right, so that's the one I made as my sample. So if you have... Yep, he's going to go bark at the neighborhood for the whole time I'm here. All right, so I have 2 pieces of chipboard. Now, all of the directions will be over on my blog later this morning at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. So you're not going to have to write anything down right now. All right? I have all my measurements here. This is my cheat sheet. But you will have all of that over on my blog. All right? So I have some chipboard. Now, you don't have to go buy any. You guys, you've got a piece. You know, it comes in the back of your designer series paper. We're going to trim that 12 by 12 piece that comes in your paper down to 4.5 by 8.5. You need 2 of those. And then here's the spine. It's 3.25 by 8.5. So you have a front panel, a back panel, and a spine. all right? That paper was fantastic, Alex. I agree. So today we're going to use some of my favorite. So I try not to hoard paper, but you know I do, okay? There's always paper that I love. And this is the Magnolia paper. And seriously, it's the bomb. And I had just enough left to make a book. I scraped to the bottom, all right? So here we are. This is going to be my front cover. All right, so what I want you to do is grab your scoring board, okay, your Simply Scored board, and I had a 12 by 12 piece of designer series paper that I cut down to 12 by 10 and a half. All right, so I want you, whatever your front cover is, that's going to be on top, and we're going to score all the way around at 1 inch, okay? So 1 inch on all 4 sides. And if you can hear Charles in the background, just imagine my neighbors can too. All right? So those score lines really are going to be our guide as to where to put our chipboard, okay? So just score it lightly. And I didn't even score mine early. Well, I guess I did. I don't want to lie to you and tell you I didn't, okay? Okay. So now you've kind of got like a little trough, right? You can see, it's hard to see the lines. So really look, your front and your back, and because we've got those score lines, we can see that it's going to line up not only straight, but square. And then our center is going to go right there. That's our spine. And we're going to put that on last. But before I do, I want to make sure that my paper's going in the right direction, okay? Because I don't want to do this upside down. That would be bad. So I have some double-sided tape. I'm sorry, tear and tape. That's what we call it. Wow, that was bad. All right. So we're just going to do this. Alex says we're all guilty of hoarding paper. We are. Some paper I use and I use and I use and I use. And some paper I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to hold on to this. Because there's a project. There's always a project that I have in mind, right? Guess what? This was the project. I didn't know what I was going to make with it, but now I did. So I'm very happy. I missed crafting with you guys this week. But Saturdays, we always do something a little extra special anyways, right? Okay. My computer is flashing. I gotta figure out why. Maybe something is sitting on it. Okay. And then run a piece just down your spine. And it's, oops, see how I overlapped that and it got kind of funky? It's all right. We can fix that once we get the adhesive off of it, okay? Oh my goodness, that dog. And I'd give him over to my son, but my son actually got up a little early to go work on his car. So just burnish that down so it really sticks, okay? So I do paper crafts, and you know, you've probably heard me say that my son is a mechanic and he works for Mercedes, but he likes to do projects for himself, right? And he is restoring an ambulance. His dream is to turn this ambulance into kind of like an RV. And so that's what he's working on today. It keeps him occupied and busy. All right, so we're going to start with the left panel, okay, or the left cover, and just using those guidelines, just line it up straight, across and on the bottom, okay? And get that nice. And then we're going to do the same on the right. Anyways, I mean, you can't fault him. He's having fun. He's enjoying it. He got the ambulance for free, so it's a great way to learn how to do all this restoration. And, you know, I just think it's a very good project. He's out. He's not, you know, he's social distancing because he's out there by himself, and he's probably got whatever horrible music he listens to on, which is fine because I don't have to listen to it at home. Nah, it's not horrible. It's just not what I would call mommy music. But I tolerate it in small doses. Okay, remember I said we were going to fix that tape? It'll just fold over on itself. So I got a little bit of extra there, and there's some extra there. Okay, so it's fine. It won't. It's honestly not going to hurt a thing. Okay, so here is our centerpiece. National Scrapbooking Day. We're making our own scrapbooking journal. Okay? And it's not exactly straight, but it's close enough for what we want to do. Okay? So now, grab a ruler if you've got one. Oh, here. This will work. And a pen or a pencil. And we're going to, usually I guess, but this morning I'm not. Good morning, Jennifer. It's good to see you this morning. All right, so we're going to take and we're going to miter these corners. So we're going to cut them off. And I want you to leave at least 1/8 of an inch. Okay? I like to leave just a little bit more because measure twice, cut once. I have made the mistake of getting too close and then my edges show, and that makes me upset because you've invested all this time, so you don't want to do that. Okay, just like that. And before we do anything else, we're going to take our tear and tape. It is easier to put tear and tape on a straight surface than on those mitered surfaces. So just take your tear and tape, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it all the way around again. Oops. And we're going to put it as close to the edge as we can without going onto our paper, because then we would stick to our grid paper. See, you guys gain all this insightful information from the mistakes that I've made. Good morning, Kim. It's good to see you this morning. I got your order this week. Thank you so very much. You were watching Vertical this morning, Jennifer. You're not in bed? Oh, that's funny. All right, so I missed a little bit right there, so I'm just going to take a little bit here, okay? Because we need that as close to the edge. Now, I'm going to go all the way around here, okay? And this is just going to provide us with, what's the word? Adhesion, all the way across, all the way around, okay? I love this stuff. All right. Now, again, take your bone folder and just get that adhesive all the way down. Don't do it after you take up the paper, because that would be bad. All right. Oops. Oh, sorry. That's enough to wake anybody up. Now we're going to take off our paper. You guys are being very patient with me this morning. I told you I was going to make this worth missing 2 days, so. I was thinking last night, I have been making books since I was a little girl. Nothing ever quite so fancy, but I just love it. I used to make books of poetry. You know, those romantic college days. Oh, you know what I did? I did it twice. I did it. Ah! It's not a tragedy. It is fine. We need to cut those corners off. All right, so grab your snips. And I try to do it before I take the adhesive off, but I forgot. And I forgot when I was making my sample too. I like to be consistent. Okay. All right. No big deal. I'll just have sticky scissors. If that's the worst that happens in this Facebook Live, we're fine, right? Promise. All right. Now, let's start at the top. And at this point, on this paper, it doesn't matter. So, fold over, and you only get one chance. Oops, we can fix that. Only get one chance to make a mistake, Michelle. You'll be fine. Okay, and then your sides. And then the bottom. Okay. Look at that. Okay, that you could add just a little bit of a glue dot behind it. No. Take your bone folder and just gently crease down in between that spine. All right, gently. Don't put a hole through it. You can use your stamp and pierce mat there if you like. Okay. We're gonna make a. Okay, awesome. Now. Oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Oh. This is my inside cover, and this I cut down to 10.5 by 12. No, it's not. It was a 12 by 12. I cut it down to 8 1/8 by 9 5/8. So sorry, reading my notes, I didn't move down the line. All right, so this you can use whatever adhesive you like. I'm going to, for the sake of being quick, I have some old fast fuse, and I'm going to go all the way around. Whoops. Don't tell anyone I can't glue in a straight line. You could have a silicone mat out here so you don't get it and you don't worry about getting it on your paper, on your grid paper. And then I'm going to do some stripes here because we want it not to pucker. All right, now that's a lot. So again, be very, very certain of where you're going to put this down before you lay it down because it won't come back up. All right, so just get it in there. And go away. Okay. Then again, find your creases. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Nice. And just go ahead. Go ahead. You can bend it. It's all right. I give you permission. It's your book. Okay. There's our cover. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Oh, I love it. All right. Now we're going to make the waterfall. Oh my goodness, guys. So I've made these before, and this time I'm going to do an inside panel, and this, it's kind of a base piece. Before, I've kind of just eyeballed it when I made these myself, and sometimes they got a little wonky. Me? Glue something crooked? You've got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh. So what DSP am I using? This is the Magnolia. Is it Magnolia Blooms DSP? Yeah, that's what it is. So I have a piece of Whisper White that measures 7 3/4 by 4. Okay, and then I used my Trio Punch and I rounded the corners. And this is really just going to be my guide of where I'm going to put my waterfall panels. Okay, now this is kind of hard to see, but there's my line, and I'm just going to put this right here. Okay, and that's my guideline. Otherwise, can you imagine? I mean, it would have been really difficult to look at those stripes and get them lined up evenly. I would have had a hard time. All right, now I have 7 pieces of 4 by 4.5 inch Whisper White. So will you please, again, you're going to need your scoring tool or your Simply Scored board, and on the 4.5 inch side, okay, so line them up, you're going to score each one at 4 inches. So you're making a 1/2 inch score line, okay, on all 7. So line it up 4 1/4 or 4.5 across, and score at 4 inches. Oops, that was 4 1/4. Trust me, you won't see it, so it's not a mistake. It'll be fine. Okay, now fold. This part is fun. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put, you can put tear and tape, but I'm going to use my fast fuse, and I put it on the flap. I'm going to fold it down, and I'm going to line it up. Sorry if I get in the camera there. I'm going to line it up right at the top of my base plate, okay? And then open it up, and this is going to line up right at the bottom. So here's the score, excuse me, the bottom of my flap. So the top, with it bent down, is going to fold right here. So this is going to make that waterfall cascade piece. Oh, you know what I was going to do? Round the corners on those. Let me put that in there really quick because it's sticky. All right. if you're gonna do this, do it before. Oh, that's even the wrong one. Ah, no wonder it didn't feel right. Don't try and do this while it's in the book. You will be upset. All right. So much easier if you do it before you put it in the book. Okay, whew, crisis averted. Carry on, keep gluing those flaps just like that. Now this is gonna make somebody a very nice Mother's Day present. It would be cool, you know, Mother's Day, grandmothers, new brides, best friends, whatever, right? I don't know in this day that we need a special occasion for being kind, right? I'm certainly not waiting for a special occasion to tell someone, hey, you know what? I like you, or I love you, or you mean, you know, a lot to me. All of those things that we took for granted. I'm not waiting. All right? Today is a good day to tell someone how important they are to you. All right, so now let's decorate our waterfalls. I have 15 pieces. Oh my goodness, I do. 15 pieces of 3x3 paper, and I've already gone ahead and punched out and yeah, so I'm using 3 patterns. I have 5 pieces each of 3 patterns, and we're just gonna glue those on because it's beautiful. And my fast fuse is right here. And I'm just going to alternate my patterns. And I'm going to go in one direction. I don't know whose idea it was to put those stripes on the inside, but it's really hard to see. Oh my goodness. All right, now let's go the opposite direction, okay? This way. So if you're doing this, you'll notice I picked paper that was non-directional, okay? That doesn't matter which way it's going. And see this one? Now I have to change a little bit of the way I'm doing this. And because it's double-sided, I mean, you could have 6 different patterns. I just wanted to keep it just a little bit. Ooh, I'm out. I filled another one. Here it is. Arrgh. Did I do the wrong side? I did. Shh. Don't talk and craft at the same time. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I skipped one. No. Oh, I did there. Okay, so let's do this one. And I'm going to end with that. And I move that one down. Okay, so there's my waterfall with all those pretty papers. All right, then we're gonna make a pocket piece. You guys are being awesome. If you're still there. All right, so my computer keeps going black. Now I have a 5.5 by 4.5 piece of Whisper White. I'm gonna make a pocket on the inside, okay? And we're going to score it on the 5.5 inch side. We're gonna score it at 5 inches. And then turn it, hold on, I have to think for a minute. Because I did this backwards the last time. I think, yeah. So put your score mark down at the bottom, okay? So you scored it at 5, turn it clockwise so that the score mark is on the bottom, and then score at 4 inches. Oh, I hope that works. It's still probably backwards. I'm gonna get rid of this corner, that little square. Okay. I have to put this in my book. Yeah, I did it backwards again. So instead of turning it to the clockwise, turn it counterclockwise. All right. It's not gonna matter which way you go. It just might change the direction of how you're folding, okay? So honestly, it's not a big deal. And then miter those corners so that it lays flat. You know, like when we build a box, right? Okay. Now here, I'm gonna get really complicated. Are you ready? I want you to eyeball. We're gonna make this and just cut. I know, I'm sorry. If it was really, that's the hardest part of the whole thing, okay? It truly, truly is. And then you can take this. Okay, and cut a 1/4 inch in. It's complicated. I told you. Okay, there you go. I'm really, really sorry. That's the hardest part. All right. Glue down your flaps. on this side, not that, and not across the top. Okay. Okay, we made a little pocket. And that's going to go right there. All right. You guys didn't have anywhere to go today, right? You weren't going to go do anything, were you? All right. So now we've got our front cover and we have our back cover, and we've made this very cool waterfall for photos. Let's make our spine. So this is the petal pink organdy striped ribbon. And I'm going to cut a long length. I'm going to put this on the inside. I'm just adding some decoration now, okay? A nice long length. I don't know, that's a yard or so. Okay, put it in. I'm gonna flip it. Come on, guys. Okay. My book doesn't want to stay closed, but we'll fix that. Am I off camera? Sorry. Okay. There. Just tie a little bow. What do you think? Does it need something on the front? I think it might. All right. So I've gone ahead and cut out a magnolia using the magnolia memory dies, and I've put the large magnolia from the Good Morning Magnolia Cling stamp set already in my Stamparatus, and I stamped it, okay? And now I'm going to take my die and I'm going to put it back in that empty space, okay? So basically I've cut it out and now I have it in my empty space. Can you see? I'm very sorry. I'll get back over on the camera, all right? Now, I have my Memento ink, and I'm going to ink up my stamp. This is way more complicated than I need it to be. All right, so I'm just inking up my magnolia stamp. And because this is sitting right in where I stamped, it should, okay. Look at that. Oh, I missed a little bit. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to ink up that part of that leaf. And do it again. Oh my goodness. Oh, happiness. I love it when a plan comes together, don't you? Okay. So we're going to take that back out of the frame. And you know, I could make like a whole bouquet of magnolias now because it's already set up. You guys, that's the best trick ever. Okay. And I have a dark crumb cake, my light and dark petal pink combo, and my combo light and dark old olive blends. And I'm going to color first in crumb cake the stem. Okay, just one color. Now, I'm really trying to let that Memento Tuxedo Black ink dry. So I'm going to use my darker colors first, because I found if I use my lighter colors right away, it could smear, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take my dark Old Olive, and I'm going to follow one leaf at a time. Just the veins and the outline. Okay. And I know I tell you this all the time, it doesn't have to be perfect, because you're going to come in and shade it and blend it. Okay. And really, you're just giving some definition, and it's going to be so pretty when we finish. All right. So dark for our outline. And light. Pull that dark. Okay, and we're just going to work our way all the way around. My hands are shaking this morning. Tragedy has struck my house, everyone. I'm out of milk. Ugh. That means I'm only having 2 cups of coffee this morning. Ugh, the horror. Until I can get a grocery delivery. Super sad about that. I also need some more sugar, because I made 2 batches of strawberry freezer jam, and I'm out of sugar. And I have enough strawberries to make probably 2 or 3 more batches. So I got the pectin, I got the berries, I got the jars. Somebody didn't check the sugar. My grandmother would be so proud of me. Making jam. I have a garden this year. I'd rather be crafting, to tell you the truth. Oh, goodness, I'd rather be crafting. All right, so there's that. Look how pretty that's going to be when it all comes together. You know what? Forgot. I'm going to take my dark So Saffron, and I'm just going to add my yellow center here. Okay. Before I do anything else. Okay, petal pink. We're going to do the same type thing. Dark. An outline. Okay, and I'm going to work in small sections so that ink doesn't dry, because once it dries, it doesn't blend. Oh. I can't stand it. Absolutely can't stand it. It's so pretty. I haven't used this for so long. That's what I like about when the retirement list comes out, the last chance list, because it makes me pull things off my shelf that I haven't used for a while. I get so busy making things for you guys with all the new. exciting. And don't get me wrong, I can't wait. Pre-order starts next week for demonstrators for the new catalog. My wish list is so big. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So many pretty new things. But that doesn't mean I can't play with what I have. I hope that's a petal and not a leaf. We're going to say it's a petal. Okay, here we go. Almost done. Now that is breathtaking. Can you see that? Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the only thing that would make it better is a little wink of Stella. All right, so I'm going to add some wink just to my flower. Okay, I want that flower to just pop on the cover of my book. And you can never have too much wink of Stella in my book. All right? You put that stuff everywhere. Okay? It's the best tool. Because there's, you know me, I don't like to make a mess. I am not a messy crafter. You've crafted with me enough times to know. I really don't like to get my hands dirty. That's why gardening is so awful. I might actually have to get dirty. Okay? What do you think? Can you see it? Michelle, as of yesterday, I have not got my new catalog. All right. Dimensionals, it is time. All right? And I'm going to use black dimensionals because my paper's black and I don't want them to show. Did you get your new catalog, Michelle? I'm going to haunt the mailbox today. I will be waiting for that mail lady. I was out there yesterday and it's not here yet. All right, let's see. Do I have a mini one? I do. Okay, that's a lot, but, uh-oh, something crashed. Shh. I don't know what it was. I think today is manicure day for me. That's a self-done manicure. Don't be thinking it's not. All right, so I'm gonna put that right there. Wow. Wow. All right. Now, I'm using this sentiment. It says, what a beautiful difference one single life makes. Now, that doesn't come in any of the Magnolia sentiments. What it comes from is Timeless Tulips. All right. But I loved it. And so we're going to use that. And we're going to make a little label, okay? What a beautiful difference one single life makes. And then I have this. Michelle, is this punch retiring? I believe it is. All right. So I punched 2 out of Petal Pink. Okay. And now I have my Petal Pink ink and a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to ink up my edges just to pull everything together and make it look finished. Okay? And we could have done this to all the DSP, but I mean, you guys have been with me almost an hour now. This is probably the longest Facebook Live I've done for you guys. I'm not complaining. Time flies when I'm having fun, and I will be standing here at my craft table all day. Feel free to stop by and say hi. Virtually. You know me better than that. All right, come by. I'll be here. Send me a text. Show me what you're making. Okay? I know I should be outside, but honestly, I just want to craft. I may not even get milk today. I don't know that I'm going to leave. All right. So what we're going to do is layer the top like so. And then I'm going to layer the bottom. Bottom, Michelle. Oh my goodness. Yes, I've been crafting with you for an hour. I can tell. Okay? Got some more dimensionals. Put that on the back. By the way, guys, I have the best news. I reached my goal last weekend. I hit that $100,000 sales mark for Stampin' Up. It's the first big sales milestone, and I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, so here is my label. What a beautiful difference. Come on, don't ruin it by putting it on crooked. All right, a single life makes... Did I really? Come on. Better? Okay, one last step. Since this is a journal, right, it wouldn't be complete without some journaling cards. So I went through my pack of Magnolia Lane Memories and More cards, and I pulled out ones that I thought would be really great journaling cards. Oh, that one is... So, you know, we've got grid lines, happy little moments. We got this one, ones with little lines on it. That one, you could, you know, write on there, or you could write on the back. But these are just fabulous little journaling cards. And you know what? Watch. Just kind of fan those out just a little bit. Those are going to fit right here in my pocket. Okay, so my recipient will have little note cards right there, ready to go. Okay, and this I was going to put there, but I don't particularly care for it on that paper. So, I don't know. I just stick it in there for another journaling card. All right. So there you go. Wow. We did it in record time. We did a whole waterfall journal for Mother's Day using the whole magnolia blooms sweet. So thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me today. I have had a great time. I will be back Monday morning at 8 o'clock with Coffee and Cards with Michelle. So I will see you soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay inside, stay safe, and stay crafting. Bye-bye.